What's going on, guys? Going to get into the market today, a little bit of SoFi as well as some flow. So we'll start with SoFi, pretty choppy. I know they did their offering today. If we check this out, it looks like SoFi on December 8th completed their offering of their common stock at $27.50 per share. And it looks like there's 15% additional options for the underwriters. They still have the option. It was not reported. If they use the option, they have 30 days. So it looks like that little offering deal was completed today. And SoFi pretty much just chopped around with the rest of the market today. Pretty boring day, honestly. We had a bit of a sell-off, but no real direction because we do have FOMC and initial jobless claims coming up here. So the market, I anticipate, will be kind of just chopped around until we get the interest rate decision and Powell speaks. So if he is hawkish, expect the market to sell off. And then if he's dovish, that will likely continue the Santa rally. And then Thursday, initial jobless claims will move the market as well. So that is what the market is really waiting on, which is why we are seeing so much mixed flow here. NVIDIA, this one, there was some news after hours. So this one's actually already paying. These SPX calls interest me because they're so far out of the money. And then at the close, we see, more SPX puts, PLTR puts, and AVGO. So kind of tracking all of these. This IWM out to January is interesting because that would actually move SoFi down if IWM falls $11. So it kind of goes with my outlook for SoFi at the moment. The chart is looking bearish, and I would like to buy it on some dips. So as you can see, the yellow zone will be like first dip buy opportunity. Green zone will be load the boat opportunity. However, SoFi's call flow for this week, probably due to the interest rate decision, is actually up. So just weekly calls, 574K. If I filter this to show, let's say 1 month out, then it's 702K. So the dip is being bought up by call buyers here. And if I do all expiry timeframes, you can see 1.1 million in calls versus 318K in puts. So the flow is telling me they're buying the dip in SoFi ahead of FOMC. So maybe we do get that pop back to $29 or $30. The chart does not look super bullish in my opinion. So I'm kind of just sidelined right now on SoFi. Waiting for a dip buy opportunity, and that's pretty much what I have on SoFi at the moment. And then just heading over to IWM flow, 13.3 million to the put side. So although SoFi's flow is bullish, this would move SoFi more than just the SoFi flow. And this is what I believe would be the key factor in SoFi dropping, which makes sense because IWM is pretty much nearing all-time highs. So it would make sense for a bit of a pullback, and that would provide a better dip buy opportunity in SoFi. All right, and last but not least, I did open a swing trade in PLTR puts based off the flow that I showed you guys. So out of the money, 170 strike, 1.1 million to the put side for 12.19. These may not pay this week, but I just took a starter position. PLTR easily could pop back to 186 on FOMC news or whatever. And that's where I would probably average down. And then if it were to break above that, back to value area high with volume and close above, then I would stop out. But I like the idea of it. It looks like a solid trade, especially since I am more bearish on the market right now, thinking that we're going to head lower. So this is kind of like what that would look like. And then here is the gamma. So that put wall is at 170. That's where I'm expecting it to go. But yeah, pretty much 174 would be the first stop, and then 170. So that's what I have on PLTR, and I'm just going to monitor that one. So please like and subscribe, and have a good one.